Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy, and in this video I am talking all about 3I Atlas, the comet that is currently passing through our solar system, and it's making its way past Earth, the closest it's going to get to Earth today, the day this video is posting, December 19th, 2025. And I'm going to talk all about its connection to the ascension of our planet and humanity. And I also have a special message that I channeled from this beautiful conscious being, specifically for the lightworkers who are going to be watching this video. So if you're not familiar with this comet, it's kind of been a big buzz this year in the science community, but also in the spiritual community. And I wanted to share just a little background about it in case you're not familiar with it. So this comet is named 3I Atlas, as I said, and the letters and words in its name are significant to what it is. So 3I stands for the fact that it is only the third interstellar object to be seen in our solar system. And interstellar means that it comes from outside of our solar system. So most comets come from within our solar system. This comet has come from outside our solar system. It's still within our galaxy, the Milky Way, but the galaxy is enormous, so it's coming from very, very far away. And Atlas is the name of the telescope in Chile that discovered this comet first. And that was on July 1st of this year. So scientists have dated this comet to be approximately 7 billion years old. And they believe it came from a part of our Milky Way called the thick disk. And that is a part of the Milky Way that contains ancient stars, like the first stars of our galaxy. And it's sandwiched, it's actually above and below. The thick disk is above and below the thin disk, which is the center part that contains younger stars. So just a little context there. And it released from this area of the Milky Way 7 billion years ago on a trajectory towards, through interstellar space, and is now coming through our solar system. So it's a really big deal. Some of the significant dates around this comet this year: July 1st is when it was first discovered, and then October 3rd, it passed by Mars. And then the end of October, it passed closest to the sun. And then November 3rd, it passed by Venus. December 19th, it's passing by Earth. And then in March of next year, it will pass by Jupiter. And then it will continue on its trajectory out of our solar system. And it's actually going to take till the mid-2030s to completely exit our solar system. So it's going to be around for a while, but it's closest to our planets in this kind of short window of time. And there's all sorts of synchronicities and things with this comet that the people in the spiritual community have been picking up. So this ancient cosmic being has traveled 7 billion years. It just blows my mind. I can't even wrap my mind around that, really. But I mean, just for reference, for context, our solar system is only 4.6 billion years old. So this being is 3 billion years older than our very solar system. And it existed way before the existence of our own solar system. And it's reaching us at this very pivotal time in our ascension here on Earth. And as the 3D is dissolving and the 5D is arising, here comes this comet. So those of us in the spiritual community, we don't really see these kinds of things as coincidental. So many people have been connecting with this comet in the last few months. And I actually received just the word comet earlier this year, like months before it was discovered in our solar system and announced. And I knew there was something significant about a comet that was going to be coming. So I believe that's why I heard that word. And then this summer, I started receiving messages about an ancient, primordial, galactic source bringing codes and frequencies that are upgrading and preparing for us for our next stage in our ascension process and assisting light workers to fully step into their soul mission. So it's just been an amazing past few months of connecting with this energy and just receiving messages from time to time all about these new codes and frequencies that are coming to our planet, and how this comet, which I believe and many other channelers and just spiritual seekers believe contains consciousness. Everything is conscious, and this is no different. And there's things that it can teach us and things that it is doing to assist us in the evolution of our consciousness. So as it neared the sun, okay, this is where it's going to get a little bit weird, but this is everything that I have been channeling the last few months. So I'm just sharing it with you, and curious to hear your take on this. But what I got was that as this comet passed by our sun, October 29th of this year, it was releasing frequencies that the sun took and encoded these frequencies into light codes that we have been receiving for months now. And we've been absorbing it into our bodies ever since then. And this has all been kind of like a preparatory phase for this comet coming by Earth now. So as it passes by Earth, we are receiving a direct influx of frequencies from 3i Atlas that serve to activate these light codes that we have been receiving from the sun. And I'll also mention here that the sun has been extremely important to our ascension process this year especially, but really for the last few years. The sun has been just extremely active, and I've been receiving messages from the sun also, just in connecting with it. And there's just so many beings, in conscious beings, in plants and animals and celestial bodies. Just everything has consciousness. And as we move forward, and I'm going to get to this in a minute, these codes and these upgrades that we've been receiving are going to help us connect and communicate more and more with all different kinds of consciousnesses. And that is a big part of what this comet is helping us do. So I'm just looking at my notes here. So these codes that we've received now from the sun through this comet are actually like blueprints, just like our DNA contains blueprints and tells our cells what to do. And these codes or blueprints that our physical vessel is using to further build our crystalline light bodies, and it's expanding it and strengthening it to enable us to hold higher frequencies, these higher frequency energies that are coming onto our planet, and helping us be able to hold them for longer periods of time. So hold higher frequencies and hold them for longer periods of time. And I also want to mention that 3i Atlas also passed by Mars and Venus. And so there's some kind of connection there with these energies containing additional codings and information that is helping us balance the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies, because those are keys to the key aspects of New Earth consciousness. So this is all tied into our ascension process. So another thing that this direct delivery of information we're getting from 3i Atlas as it passes by Earth is that it's activating dormant psychic faculties and senses that are going to enable us to be more aware of other conscious beings, as I mentioned just a minute ago. And so it's taking our abilities up a notch. So even if you are someone who has psychic abilities that you're aware of and that you use, it's sort of like they're going to be morphing a little bit and moving from just kind of like a personal experience of these, or a personal benefit to these abilities, and really enabling us to truly engage in unity consciousness. And this is the way of 5D living. So all of this is to help us evolve into the 5D new human. Something else that I thought was really interesting about this comet is that it's serving as a metaphor of sorts. So, the way that spirit communicates with us is through signs and symbols. And it will use anything as a sign, a symbol, a way of communicating with us. And this comet is no different. So the fact that this comet is extremely old and is following a very straight linear path, so it's called hyperbolic, which means that it is not affected by the gravity of the sun. So as it goes through our solar system, it's not being pulled into like an orbital trajectory. It is on a straight trajectory. So it left where it left in the Milky Way and is going straight through our solar system, and is just going to continue out into infinity. And I think that's a really kind of prophetic message for us, that it's really time for us to move forward and leave the past behind and not look back. Just like this comet is not looking back. It's going right through our solar system and just moving forward into the great beyond. And paradoxically, though, there is, because it's so ancient, there is this like call or this pull that we are feeling to remember old ways of being. And I'm talking like ancient ways of being. And this is going to be tying into the new earth energy in some kind of way. It's like we have this desire to bring old ways that are missing in terms of like our human to human connection, our connection to Mother Earth, our connection to spirituality, like before religion, right? Like that kind of connection. And it's kind of like, how can we bring simplicity and harmony into a very advanced technological age? And I feel like as we move forward into the new earth 5D consciousness, we're going to see a return to more like small communities coming together, people coming together to come up with like innovative solutions that are heart-based and not relying on like governments and big organizations, like really like kind of decentralized sorts of ways of living together, and coming up with solutions that benefit everyone and not just the few, which is where we're at now. So it's kind of interesting. There's like, we're moving into the future and technology is going to be a very big part of it. But there's this like call or this pull back to ancient ways of living, like looking at that and seeing like, how can we kind of get back to simpler times? So that's kind of a subject for a whole other time, but I just kind of wanted to mention it there, that I think the arrival of this comet, that's what I was saying, like I think it's very synchronistic with the time that we are coming, or the time that we are in now and moving towards, like the why this comet is here now. And I just feel like there's just like this multi-layered kind of meaning that's really fascinating. So the last thing I want to touch on before I get into the channeled message is that today, December 19th, also happens to be the new moon in Sagittarius, or maybe tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world. But the energy of Sagittarius holds the energy of adventure and freedom and expanding your mind and your beliefs. And I think that comes very in handy when you are contemplating mysteries such as this comet and considering that maybe it's a conscious being and has a greater purpose than just, this rock hurtling through space. So again, this like synchronicity with this new moon in Sagittarius is just another kind of layer onto why this comet really, I think, is much more meaningful. And I love how this is the last new moon of the year because it gives us an opportunity at this very auspicious time as we close out this year to set the intention to move forward with a sense of awe and wonder and adventure and all the possibilities that we have in front of us. And it really sets the tone for the soul mission work that we are going to be getting into next year and beyond. And also, Sag energy is perfectly aligned with next year's energy represented by the year of the horse in the Chinese zodiac. So this year's been the year of the snake. It's been a year of transformation and just kind of being in this sort of like cocoon energy where we've been shedding a lot of the old. And next year, we jump into a very, very different energy, the year of the horse. And I think that beautifully ties in with Sagittarius energy right now. So it's kind of giving us a glimpse now and like helping us set the intention or giving us the opportunity to set the intention to be kind of like ready to go and jump on that horse next year. So the Chinese zodiac begins in like February. So I really feel like the energies that we're talking about when we talk about next year are going to be coming into play like late February, March, really around the springtime more than anything. So at this point, I want to share the message that I channeled most recently from 3i Atlas. So I've got my notebook here. My cat's laying on it. Both of my cats are here joining us for this video. I thought they might get up and join us, but they're both snoozing. Okay, so I'm just going to share for you. I'm reading from my journal. I've got three pages here, and I'm just going to read right from my journal, word for word, what I wrote down. So when I channel, I mostly receive messages clairaudiently. So I hear words and I just write them down as I receive them. I also get pictures sometimes too, but this message was pretty much just all clairaudiently received. Okay. I am a multi-dimensional vehicle of ancient consciousness encoded and sent out billions of years ago to reach you at this very exciting pivotal time in the evolution of the consciousness on Earth. It was preordained that I deliver codes and frequencies to help support and accelerate your ascension process. It is time to separate yourselves from the 3D matrix and begin assimilating to the 5D matrix. Your increasing cosmic consciousness is creating a framework that will be encoded with frequencies and information. I gotta read my handwriting, sorry. For you that will help establish the 5th dimension of Earth. Each starseed lightworker is adding to this framework through their vibration and expression of unique consciousness. Know that this is a deliberate creation, so be very intentional about your thoughts and vibrational alignment. What do you want the new Earth to look like in all aspects? Create it with your thoughts and vibration. Spend time intentionally working on adding to this framework, but know that a large portion will be created simply by your embodiment of higher frequencies and expression of the highest ideals as a human, going about your everyday. This is why it is so important to practice what you preach. Choose your words, deeds, and thoughts carefully. Be mindful and thoughtful, but give yourself grace too. After all, you are very much in the 3D still, and it takes great courage and discipline to hold a higher awareness and way of being, and intentionally discard any negative thoughts and actions and choose loving ones. To choose unity over division and love over fear. But you are being greatly supported in your endeavors. These codes, information, and frequencies I have brought to you will make your mission go much easier. And you are supported by many light beings and will be able to communicate with them easier and easier as you assimilate and integrate the codes and frequencies you have received. You are prepared and ready to fully step into your mission work to help create the framework and strong foundation for 5D consciousness and the new earth to arise. Don't give up through difficult times. Transitions and changes are never easy or smooth. Stay determined and strong and hold fast and true to your belief that 5D consciousness is possible for humanity. This belief is more powerful than you know. You are a bringer of hope. People will need hope more than ever. And because you know exactly what is going on, you can give people hope by sharing the good news that the old that they don't want to be part of any longer anyway is giving way, so new, positive, balanced, harmonious, loving, peaceful, beautiful, and yes, magical ways of existence can be created. You are rewriting the human story as you move forward. What do you want the plot to be? What kinds of characters, environments? The codes you have received will switch on your inner light, the one you have dimmed because you knew the world wasn't ready to see a light so intense. But you were sent here to be a beacon of light for others, bringing hope and joy and illuminating the way forward. Be your divine essence. Forgive the past completely. Only look forward now. Keep reminding yourself of your why you are here, your mission. Holding this higher perspective will help you stay calm and centered and bring reassurance and calm to others. Remember to be gentle with yourself. Do not feel pressured to do it all right and worry when you fall back into 3D ways of being. You are one of the forerunners. You do not have many examples to look to, and you aren't used to being this way yet. You are learning as you go, a teacher and student simultaneously. But that is okay. You are exactly where you were meant to be. Surrender to the unfoldment of yourself as a 5D being. Go with the flow. Accept all aspects of the journey. That is 5D consciousness. Worry, anxiety, pressure to perform and get it right is 3D consciousness. Let it all go. Isn't it freeing to know all of it is right and good? Take some time in the next few weeks to ground yourself, which will help integrate these new codes and frequencies. Although the information you received has been cosmic in origin, you need to connect deeply with Mother Earth in order to settle these energies into your light body. You will need to master your connection to both your cosmic family and your Earth family. You will be communicating with both in a beautiful, fluid dance. Remember, Earth herself is ascending also. You are a conduit of high vibrational frequency and sending them deep into the Earth so Gaia can utilize them for her own processes. So that is the message that I received from 3i Atlas to share with you guys here on this channel. I hope you enjoyed it and found meaning in it. And the last thing I wanted to leave you with is in 2 short days, December 21st, we will be entering the solstice. And I'm hoping to share a video about that, but I'm not sure if I will be able to. So I wanted to take a minute here just to say that at the solstice, we're going to be receiving a huge influx. Sorry, my throat. We're going to be receiving a huge influx. Somebody doesn't want me to share this message. Excuse me. Of Christ consciousness and divine feminine energy. I'm super thrilled about this and excited. And I can already just feel it coming, and I hope I can make a video about it, but if not, I just wanted to mention that these beautiful frequencies are coming in, and it's just kind of adding to this whole entire frequencies and just everything that we've been receiving and going through this year. And all of it is in service to our ascension. Like, we are just so surrounded by love and support. And as this solstice comes in, one other little note, I was just looking at my notes. Something I thought was kind of like another cute little synchronicity is I see Christ consciousness. So I see energy as color often, and I see Christ consciousness energy as gold. And just recently, 3i Atlas changed its color. So it's gone through a couple color changes, and most recently it turned to gold. So I just thought that was another neat little kind of nod to what's going on and the connection between this comet and, you know, everything that we're experiencing right now. But this solstice is really, as I mentioned, or as I read to you from my channeled message, that this is the perfect time now to slow down and reflect on this incredible time that we're in and the incredible events that have transpired just this month, not even to mention this whole year, but this month we've had the 1212 portal, and then this beautiful comet coming through, visiting us, and then the, you know, solstice is coming with this influx of beautiful energy, and it's a lot to take in. So take the time to allow yourself, the time to let this energy settle and integrate, and really, as much as you're able to over the next few weeks between now and the end of the year, give yourself plenty of time to rest. Really hydrate really well, and keep your energy field clear. Ground yourself regularly. Get outside in nature as much as you can, and just kind of reflect on how far you've come this year and all the amazing things that we have to look forward to. So I have one more kind of big video, kind of like this format, that I want to share with you, and I'm saving that for New Year's Eve. And that one is going to be all about this specific frequency that I've mentioned a few times now, that this collective has access to and is going to be working with in the next coming months and years. So I'm really excited to share that with you. So if these messages are resonating with you, I would love to have you join this community by subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video today. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. I would love to hear your reactions, and if you've been experiencing all of these different changes, if you were familiar with 3i Atlas, and if, you know, these codes and these upgrades, if you feel like you've been going through like massive changes this year and you can feel this excitement coming of the new year, let me know any of your thoughts on any of that. I would love to hear it. And I'm wishing you a very happy holiday if you celebrate, and I will see you really soon. Bye.